Idaci, I don't speak Portuguese, but I heard you talk about population and ultra group, meaning other groups and popular. Is PV far more popular in Angola now than when you started? Or what's the reaction of other groups to it?
Yeah. Definitely it is more popular now. And I'm very happy because I think we introduced PV in Angola context, in context of development. Because after we saw some experience, before we saw some experience, but not PV, not involve the people in the process at all. You see? But now we bring this perspective of participatory video, where people take the camera and capture the stories by themselves. So it's completely different perspective. And we have a lot of solicitation of other groups that work with development to help them to train the communities, to train leaders, into this experience of participatory video. So it's quite even in other contexts, because we started to use PV in DRC research, but now the experience has been disseminated for the work in general of ADRA, not only the context of research, but in the context of the people working with the community. And the other people of ADRA capture the relevance of the use of the PV to disseminate the message with policy decision makers, to disseminate the experience with the others. I heard from other people from ADRA about people that work with the community. Okay, the report has been done by us, and we send our report for others, for the government, for the donors. But now with PV we have a real opportunity for the people say the message by themselves.
Okay.
What the significant change of some action in their lives?
So they are hearing their own voices directly.
Exactly.
In government quarters.
Exactly. It's completely different perspective. So we think that is very, very interesting, and we started to do other links with other groups that has interest to use PV in the context of Angola in different situations, not only in research.
Yeah. Well, when you talk about this kind of popularity, part of the challenge for us, because it does have challenges, the challenge for us in Nigeria is one, to do with the resource in terms of how much can you spread the training and also the time that you have to work with other groups, because increasingly other groups want to know about it, they want to know how to use it, and even within the different community-based organizations where we've worked, the community groups are saying we want to learn how to use this. In Nigeria, for example, we worked in 3 big states, Kaduna, Kano, and Plateau, and it's quite diverse. And so one of the big challenges is, how do you scale this new interest up? Exactly. I'm not quite sure I know the answer yet. I don't know what your experience is in this.
I think the first thing for me is that I don't have a simplest view about the use of PV, so spread, used by the community in general. I think it's not too easy. Because we have seen in Dombi Grande situation that it's not easy to train all the people of the whole community. You see, but we can. What we do in Dombi Grande, we train some leaders of different groups. You see, some people that has more scholarity, some people that can read paper. You see, and these people of the communities are able to work with the community.
Okay.
Do you see? I think it's different of you think that, okay, oh, the whole of the community use the camera. I think it's not too easy. No, the people need some kind of engagement with this kind of things. Of course, if you can, we can train a lot, but I think it's not necessary as well.
No.
I think if there were one group of one CBO, do you see? Of one network of CBOs is our experience. We have a network of CBOs in Dombe Grande, and this group has been trained, and they start to do. They did the shot by themselves. They was able, and now they are reflecting how to use the PV with other context of their work. You see, not only they work with Idaci, but by themselves doing other things. So, but of course, I have consciousness that it's not the part of editing. It's a big challenge.
Yeah, the editing is definitely a big challenge.
Yeah. But see, I think that we can work in this partnership, between the organization that has more capacity, technical capacity,
knowledge,
and the groups of the community, the CBO. You see, they can do a very good partnership and be supported in the part of editing, you see, in part of training by the others.
But you were talking about doing some kind of collective editing in which the community members whom you recorded were making the decision, this is the picture we want to be in the final version, and so on. That's one level of editing, and a collective one, which is a very wonderful one. But in terms of the technical aspect of it, of course, that's very challenging. And, it needs, like you say, one technical group to give support to the others. In our own case, so we have the technical resource within the Theatre for Development Center. Jenks is very interested in editing, and he does a lot of that. And that makes it a lot easier for us. But of course, some of the equipment we don't have, so we have to work in studios outside of our own office to be able to do a good job of it. But having a knowledge of what editing is helps a lot.
For me, it was an amazing experience, this one, in terms of how to edit the process. You see, because we have 4 hours of recording. You see, how now to choose what to put in the film, how to do this, and then it was amazing that people spent a lot of time to choose what they want to put in the film. You see, they spent a whole day, but everyone was there, see in front of the TV, look.
I want this, I want that.
No, I say that shot could be good. No, Idaci.
It's a lot of debate going on.
It's a lot of debate. You see, it's sort of amazing a moment in the process. And I can see, and I realized that, okay, people don't need to be in front of the computer do the editing. They do other things.
Yeah, exactly.
But they can decide what they want to put in the film by themselves. It is possible. Do you see? And someone that has ability, technical capacity in the computer, okay, put the things in the order.
They should make meaning.
Yeah, I think for me it's more clear now how to work. You see, with the community, we use specifically this part of editing. To see, even when the people don't have the domain of the computer, this kind of thing, to do the final phase of the film.
I think the whole process of using PV in the field is also a learning experience for those of us who are researchers, because on the one hand, it's easy for us to say this is a very modern equipment, therefore we have control of it. But the decision that the people in the communities are making also tells you that the technical equipment is one thing, the ownership of the story is a different matter. And I think it's the balance of what then should the camera see? Who should the camera be picking? And what are the stories? And that's where the community members you're working with or the organizations are useful, because they decide what the story is and who should be recording that story. So I think we learn a lot, and if anything, it's not us going there to say, this is a new tool, this is how you use it. So I think it's two-way, and that for me is exciting about the camera and the whole practice that surrounds it.
Yeah, so definitely. It's true.